off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, everything ain't pretty, but it's love though. Oh. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get you back on our feet. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everyone had a great Sunday night, Monday morning, early afternoon. So Streamlabs or StreamYards has something where it's, shout out to MicroMike, the green screen effect will freeze you and will actually, it's black, so you can't really use it. And I feel like I get to do more when I'm behind the camera. So today has probably been one of the hardest days of my Detroit Lions fandom. I have been, I don't know, man. I feel like every Lions fan probably does at the end of a season. But I feel like at a legitimate crossroads. And let me tell you what I mean. I have known for a while, before we get started, I took last night's live stream down because there are some things that I said that I had to get off my chest, and I just didn't want that stuff out there. So I have no problem with what I said. I just, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to handle business the right way. Some bottled up emotions that are a year and a half old, that if I'm going to talk to this, if I'm going to address this individual, I'm going to go to him in person. And again, talk to this individual like a man. So I pulled that thing down. But today, man, it's probably the hardest day I think that I can remember being a Lions fan. It is worse than Calvin Johnson retiring. It is worse than Barry Sanders retiring. I have heard the people in Detroit talk about a parade in this city. I have heard people talk about, I'm going to say that one more time. I've heard people talk about a parade in this city. And I think that's a disgrace. Now, the reason that I'm at a crossroads right now is I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings right now, but I'm not in the business of doing that. At the same time, I am all about keeping it 100. And I have thought for a long time that the NFL is driven by something other than the players, right? And now, if you watch my channel, I've said this for a long time. I've said that there is a narrative-driven, the league is narrative-driven. And for the first time, I realized You see it, but then you don't say anything, right? You see the narrative, but you don't say anything because you want to be ignorant. You want to stay in the dark. Because if you stay in the dark, what happens if you know somebody did something, right? And you say, hey, somebody say, hey man, I got something to tell you. You like, don't tell me. Because if you tell me, then I'll know. And then if somebody asks me, I have to lie, right? That's how the NFL is. You don't want to see what it really is. And I thought to myself, I said, Derek, why does this mean so much to you, man? I mean, why does it mean you don't play this game? These guys are out there playing this game. They are an extension of you and your city. Why does this mean so much? I had to really evaluate where this game stood and where this team stands in my life. Because last night was just, I can't even explain it. So we get back, and the moment that I realized that I accepted the NFL narrative was 2019, Green Bay is hosting Detroit, and Trey Flowers gets hands to the face. Okay, first of all, and I'm not going, this ain't about the Lions, bro. So, this is not about them. So if you want to come with something else, you can say whatever you want. So, my thing is, Trey Flowers hands to the face, and that's when you see it, right? You see that they don't want us to win, right? You see that. And you're like, did I just see this? Did I just see that they didn't, this guy had never been called for hands to the face. Now I know my real ones remember the 2015 Hail Mary Aaron Rodgers game, right? Like, you know. Now, you always have the concept where the team could have played better. The team could have done this. The team could have done that. And you realize, and that was the moment that I realized that the Lions have to do more to win. I already ate the chip, Deadpool. I said it already. The other one's expired. I'm not eating it. I ate an expired chip before. The reason I ate that one was because it expired a week later. So if you want to see it, you go check it out. It's on my when they beat the Niners 2 weeks ago. So you realize, right, that the Lions have to be better. They have to be better than everyone else. Says Grid, did you know that Ryan Santoso? Well, good for him. He couldn't hit a kick with us, but he won the Super Bowl yesterday. So you realize at the moment, and that's when I accepted that this is beyond just players on the field. So I said, okay, I'm going to try to look at this and take the entertainment value, right? Because my channel is entertainment. So let me look at it as entertainment. For those of you who upload content, did you know that when you upload your video on sports, do you know it's automatically classified as entertainment? I'm going to say that again. When you upload your video on sports to YouTube, it is by default classified as entertainment. You have to physically go in there and change it to sports. What's up, everybody? I'm gonna get to the chat soon. Let me get my truth out. So I realized, I said, this thing is beyond the players on the field. It's beyond a lot of things, right? And I said this before, and I'll say it one last time, man. I say it one last time. My issue with this whole thing, see, I never wanted the Lions to fire Jim Caldwell. I never wanted it to happen. I said, see, I have video receipts, man, that you can go look this stuff up. And I feel like Matt Patricia destroyed this team and he set us back. I know we all feel like that, but see, I got so wicked with it, right? That I feel like Patricia could have been a plant. Like, I'm telling you, like it takes a lot for me not to go down the rabbit hole of conspiracy. You ever seen that show, Designated Survivor? It's about 5 or 6 years old. Had Kiefer Sutherland in it, and it was a whole plot, right? Whole plot. And whether you see it or not, that's up to you. Whether you want to see it or not, that's something different. Because I guarantee you all see it. You just don't want to accept it, right? So I said, okay, at that moment, the Lions have to be better than anybody else. They have to win. They have to, it's just like the city, right? They have to overcome, like Dan Campbell said, the adversity. Let me just paint the picture for you real quick. Did you know that before Super Bowl 55, not a single, I'm talking about 54 years of the NFL, not a single team who hosted the Super Bowl won the Super Bowl? Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl in his own stadium. And I said all year long, from the moment Stafford was traded, that I made a video. I showed it last night. Has Stafford become part of the narrative? Roger Goodell was at our Ford Field as well. So I'm gonna get to the Lions. Just stay with me. Follow what I'm saying here. I don't care. I'm not trying to convince you that it is. What's up, Mike? I'm not trying to convince you that it is. Everyone with two eyes can see that it is. But we as Lions fans and fans in general, we accept it. Some people don't want to see it. They don't want to accept it because it'll ruin the notion that the NFL is not real. Okay? So, are there bad calls in games? There are. 100%. Could have went either way yesterday. But Super Bowl 55, Super Bowl 56. Both were the home teams, both won. I can almost guarantee you we will not see that again. See, the NFL got away with it this year, and it came at our expense, Lions fans. It came at our expense. You know, Batman Begins is one of my favorite movies. And Alfred tells Bruce, why do we fall? And he says, so we can learn to pick ourselves up. And I'm going to say this, y'all, and I don't mean to be offensive, but this, I'm speaking my truth right now. If you consider going to a Super Bowl held on Woodward for a man that used to play for your team, put your hands down. You are not a Detroit Lions fan. I'm going to say that again. If you go to a parade on Woodward for a guy of a team that no longer plays for your team, put your hands down. Detroit, we are at the bottom of the barrel. That gunk that's at the bottom, that's us. Okay, tactical. I'm not going to get into it with you, my friend. I'm not going to do that. See, Fords are to blame, absolutely. But so are we. So are we. The Fords are 100% to blame. It's time to build this team where we cannot be defeated. So let me get back to Stafford real quick. Let me get back to the narrative because Stafford was a piece played in it. I assure you, all Detroit Lions fans, Matthew Stafford is okay, Chris. I'm not going to deal with you right now if you listen to what I was saying and not just get in here, then you would understand what I'm talking about. So I'm going to keep my composure, unlike I did last night. Matthew Stafford's win yesterday is Bobby Lane 2.0. See, I wasn't alive for Bobby Lane. I had to hear about a curse. I don't believe in curses, but I thought it was funny. Y'all think it's coincidental that Bobby Lane said we wasn't going to win and we didn't? And that passed and we still ain't winning? But I'm going to stick by what I said. I said that if Stafford completed this thing, which is part of the narrative, Detroit will rise. Detroit will rise. Matt Patricia ripped this team down to the studs. I'm talking about HUD housing. That's what Detroit is. We had a bunch of one-year receivers on our team. We have all of that. We get Dan Campbell, who in his opening speech said exactly what the city is. Okay, I don't know where these people come from that I've never seen before. We're not talking about the world revolving around me, Daryl. I don't even know who you are, bro. I have no idea who you are. But if Stafford winning the Super Bowl, becoming Bobby Lane 2.0, means that my team becomes a winner, I'll take it. I will take it. Because I'm going to tell you, if you're under the age of 50, 55, maybe older than that, you don't care nothing about Bobby Lane. You don't care about Bobby Lane. Now, Matthew Stafford was the best quarterback that we've had since. He was better than Eric Kramer. He was better than Rodney Peete. He was better than all of those guys. Never once took that away from him. My issue was about the NFL narrative. When you turn on the news today, what did you see? What did you see? If you look up the most cheated team in NFL and probably all of sports, it's our team. Better than Joey Harrington, better than John Kidna. That's all facts. But when you see what I'm talking about, just open your eyes, people. So when I got back, when I said today that it was tough because I had to make I'm sitting here and I got to make a decision. Like I've made it already. I've made it, but it was tough, man. It was a tough morning. I went on Twitter. I saw it, and I think it's despicable, man. I just that'll be my truth, and you can have yours. I think it's absolutely despicable. I do. I keep on talking about the equivalent to an ex relationship. Okay, nothing to do with poor management and ownership. It's about cheating. See, y'all got to understand something. If I want y'all to pull out your phones and look up the word coincidence. The word coincidence is a rare occurrence, man. You think it's a coincidence that the Lions have been as bad as we are? We're intentionally held down, people. We're intentionally held down. Now, that doesn't give the Fords, that doesn't absolve them of their responsibility to create a winner. But I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to tell y'all, the Detroit Lions fight a uphill fight. That's why you will never, ever hear me root for Matthew Stafford or anyone that, no. Matthew Stafford did a lot for this team. He did a lot, man. Okay, I appreciate it, but he's gone. He's gone. Pete, I'm perfectly fine, man. I appreciate the dono. I didn't even know that was on. We are fighting an uphill fight. We always will. That's why we have to build. I said this, bro. 2019, 2020. when I was laughed out of a certain particular situation because I was speaking facts. Detroit has to build a winner that can compete against the NFL. However, the NFL is turning things in our favor. Can you imagine, folks, can you imagine when calls start going our way? Can you just imagine that? Can you imagine when calls start going our way? Say what you will, it's facts. I know that. I've accepted it. It doesn't hurt any less, though. It doesn't hurt any less. Damien says, Grid, sports are not something to be mad about. It's just entertainment. It's scripted. Here are way important things that happening in the world we should not be mad about. Okay. All right, Damien, but sports are a part of that. Don't you understand? Sports are part of our world. What happened when COVID came and wiped it all out? We needed it. What happened when the towers went down? We needed sports. We needed sports. And guess what sport it was? The National Football League. So this is my truth, man. I got on record saying that Stafford's winning the Super Bowl will expedite the Detroit Lions' rise. It will expedite it. For all the people that's talking about all the people in the chat that's talking about no, Damien, that's not true at all. That's not true. Sports are a way to bring people together in times of distress when things are going a certain way. Okay, so listen. If you can, people in the chat, you can speak your truth. That's fine. Sports is an escape we need from the world's troubles. Just like the movie theater. We go and we watch Avengers Endgame and we spend 3 hours and we're in the movie and we come out and it's snow on the ground or whatever. The real world don't stop. So I realized that my team has to do better. I don't care. 3 guys, we've already talked about Stafford. I gave Stafford his roses about 5 minutes ago. Not everyone is into supports. So I see you in there trying to troll me. trying to troll this chat. Football is not 24/7. World troubles are, just saying. Yeah, I know. What does that mean? What does that comment mean? So I said this before. Eagles Thrasher says, I think the biggest clue this game was rigged was they won the game with 23 points. I have a LeBron James commercial with 2003 in big caps and CD player volume was set at 23. Well, that was a deep dive. I didn't even know that. I had no idea. Patty Grimes says Stafford got paid well those years. Yeah, to me, Stafford could have been more. He could have been more visibly, more outwardly vocal, but he got what he wanted, and it's time for us to get what we want. But if we want to, let me ask y'all a question. Do you think that Stafford winning yesterday is going to motivate the Fords? Just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the chat. Do you think Stafford winning yesterday, a year removed. A year removed. It's so funny, bro. It's literally laughable. RJ says it won't. Daryl says it won't. I agree. I agree. Stafford knew he didn't have a future with the Carolina Panthers. Mark Oram in the building says, I think it motivates Holmes. Well, Holmes got to stick around. They fired Jim Caldwell. They can do the same to Holmes. They can do the same to Motor City Dan Campbell. To be honest with you, Lions fans, I don't think we know what it feels like to win. So we root for a guy that left the team and did it. We don't know what it feels like to win. We know what it feels like to lose. That's why I think our time is coming. I have to see, when you no longer have passion for a thing, man, you don't want to do it anymore. And I've said this before, that the time was coming. It may motivate Goff. I don't think Goff needs the motivation, but I agree. Yeah. Yep. Kelly said it last night that if it wasn't for her, basically Stafford would have never left. That's what he said. That's what she said. Yeah, I don't. Okay? Again, I love Batman. I love the analogy of the Dark Knight trilogy. Y'all keep on talking about Stafford, and yeah, he's to my left and right because he was the face of his whole thing, and he will be. Like Bobby Lane before him, he will be this generation's Bobby Lane. Except better. He will be bigger than Bobby Lane. He will be bigger than Bobby Lane. And I think the turnaround's coming. The thing about it is we have to endure that. So back to the Batman reference. The whole Dark Knight trilogy was about a symbol, right? He kept saying that Batman is bigger than the man. He's a symbol. And this thing is bigger than Stafford. We keep talking about Stafford, and y'all are missing my point. Stafford is the face of what we're dealing with. And he will continue to be. If it wasn't the U.S., the NFL would have hit us with tampering. No, Detroit, it didn't have nothing to do with that, bro. They just didn't do it. That's another thing, too. I'm glad you brought that up. If you look up the tampering rules, you can't have any contact with the NFL player, period, before the tampering period. You have to have, there are structures you have to follow. There are structures you have to follow. And they didn't follow them. The NFL will never force the sale clause. You know that. Dwayne says, I just don't drink the Kool-Aid. Love my Lions team and never giving up hope in the Lions. But they may make me so I stop YouTubing. Yeah. And in Stafford's defense, he would have never won here. Y'all know that. Stafford would have never won here. We know that. I know that. I know he wouldn't have won here. Nobody wins here. Barry Sanders, GOAT. Calvin Johnson, GOAT. First ballot Hall of Famers. I understand that. I get that. It's not about that. Not for me anyway. So I had to really think about it today. I said, you know, it's got to be tough for the players. You know, I thought about I watched a couple episode of the Pivot podcast. Used to be I Am Athlete. Well, Brandon Marshall, man. First of all, he messed up because the I Am Athlete is tanking. It's terrible now. Remind me of a different situation where a couple guys left and now it's terrible. It sucks over there. I ain't gonna say no names, but it reminded me of that. So they had to pivot. And now, you know, his whole thing is tanking. I thought about that real quick. Caldwell was getting very close to, then they fired him. You know what? And I said this, like, I have receipts, man, of all of this stuff. When Matthew Stafford did his press conference, I made a video. You can go look it up. Just type in Matthew Stafford leaving. I don't know, Gridiron Blitz, Stafford leaving. You'll probably find it. He checked out, in my opinion, when Jim Caldwell got fired. I think this is what I think, man. Since y'all, Matthew Stafford, you don't want to give him his roses. Stafford, he said, this is it. This is it. This is my last. Matt Patricia's all I got. I like Jim Caldwell. You fired him. I'll stick around for this. Nobody liked Matt Patricia. And to his credit, he stood in there and took it. He did. He took it for 2.5 years. And if you go back and you watch the press conference after Matt Patricia was fired, you knew he was leaving. Says referees we don't get too many LA Rams fans out here in Cali. We can use the Detroit fan base. You know, 3 guys, I was out there, man, and it's a lot of Lions fans. I came out there for the Week 7 matchup, and I didn't get a single Rams house until I got to the stadium. Honestly, I believe Goff would have equally took us to the Super Bowl. Well, finally, Goff getting some credit. Yeah. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, I follow my team. I go where they go. I either follow them or I don't. Played with a broken back for 2 seasons after that. Yeah, he had chips in his back, fragments in his back. See, this thing was never about Stafford. I mean, yeah, I don't dig that he's in the limelight. I think he could have been more vocal when he was here. It's almost like he got to La La Land and sucked up all the sun, and now he's the face of everything. And I really don't think y'all truly understand what's coming. If you thought Bobby Lane was bad, this is going to be 100 times worse. And not only you, but your kids and their kids are going to have to deal with this. Matter of fact, Matthew Stafford just made you forget about Bobby Lane. He just made the entire world forget about Bobby Lane's curse. Right? And you got to witness that. That's why I don't understand how you can cheer for that. You think this is going to affect the Fords. We already discussed that it will not affect the Fords. But you know who it is going to affect? You. That's who it's going to affect. Me. You know, they had a Cincinnati Bengals fan who went to the very first Bengals game in 1968, somewhere around there. They had a GoFundMe to get him and his family. They raised $45,000 to get this individual to the Super Bowl. And he made it. And his team lost. Bengals are 0-3 in the Super Bowl. That's terrible. In my eyes, the NFL has been rigged since the Brady Woodson fumble. Yeah, you mean the tuck rule that no longer exists, right? That one? So I had to make a decision, man. And I thought about the players, and that's why I brought up I am athlete, because I thought about the players and I said, they the ones going out here getting hit. We're living through them. We root for them. They're the ones putting their body on the line, their brains on the line. We're just fans. They play. And those who still have the passion and the willingness to win and the desire to bring the fans back and have a parade and do it for them, it must hurt. Next year, Stafford will be old news to the NFL script, so they'll find somebody else. Yeah, yeah, that's already began. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, those guys. Before you know it, Arch Manning will be in the league, and we'll be talking about him. What Bobby cursed the team like Babe Ruth cursed Boston. Yeah, but you know what? I feel like it's only two franchises that probably have it worse than us. I don't know. Yeah, worse. I don't know, man. It's a tie. I believe the four falls of Buffalo. I think that's worse. I think that's worse, man. You make it 4 times, you lose all 4, you never get back. And the Chicago Cubs, like somebody said, took over 100 years to win. What's up, Beantown? Says Grid, the Rams sold out for this Super Bowl. The Bengals approached it more sustainable in the long run. Hey, first of all, Bobby, shout out to you, man. Glad you're feeling better. And you spitting facts. But what the reality is, Beantown, is the Bengals may never get back. They still got to get through the Chiefs. They got to get through the Titans. They got to get through the Bills. They got to get through a gauntlet. And they may not ever come back. I've asked this time all the time. What would you prefer? Like I thought about this, y'all. When the Dallas Cowboys lost to the San Francisco 49ers, I could not believe how much of a fit the Dallas Cowboys were having. I mean, tearing up TVs, having natural fits, right? It's been 27 years since they won. 27 years. And they act like they got a problem. They act like they got a problem, right? We've never been. And we still here. Yeah, but Jim, 4 in a row? 4 in a row. Like you gotta think at least you'll have 25% odds, right? You don't think your odds are that bad? Dwayne says, I heard people here in Toledo say they did down with Cincinnati. I think they gave it an excellent run. Yeah. Dan Marino made it to the Super Bowl early, and everyone thought he was going to be back there all the time. Ed says no guarantee Burrow will make it back. And I agree with that 100%. Nick, I agree with you, man, but 4 times in a row? In a row. Like if you shoot 4 shots, you probably going to hit 1. Okay, so 4B says this Super Bowl makes Stafford a Hall of Famer. I don't really care because the fans don't put Stafford in the Hall of Fame. The media does. And that was already being spoken of before he got traded. You have Terrell Owens, who got snubbed twice because he's Terrell Owens. No, Dream, I'm not a Bengals fan, if you're talking about me. Wide right. Yeah. Yep. I heard that that was the only Super Bowl decided by a point. Is that right? They lost. It was one Super Bowl. They lost to the Giants. No, I'm not a Bengals fan, man. So I gotta get up, man. Pick myself up, and like I said, I'm not ready to deal with this. I'm not. I wonder if the world would have done this for Bobby Lane. Did they do this? Because didn't he win? Did he go win in Pittsburgh? This is a whole different, but we're in a different time, man. Millennials and all this other stuff. And I don't know. I know fan is short for the word fanatic. I don't consider myself a fanatic of anything, but this got me feeling some type of way, and I can't rock with it. Rams own the Cardinals. Okay, three guys. Okay, so you just showed your true fanboy, because they absolutely do. And Jared Goff does as well. 8-1. So I had to really think, man, and say, because I go through this every year, man. Y'all don't understand. This is my 5th year on YouTube. This is our 4th consecutive top 10 pick. My first season, we went 3-12-1. So we're going, yeah, I didn't really start really going in until 4 years ago. 3-12-1. No, we went 6-10. That's right, 6-10, 3-12-1, 5-11, 3-13-1. I'm tired, y'all. It's time, man. And somebody, Mark said, Brad Holmes. If the Ford organization wants a winner, they will stay out of the way. They tell me they're not having a paranormal Stafford. Oh, no, listen. I have heard and seen on Twitter that somebody was talking about it. How true it is, I don't know. I don't know how true it is, y'all. But a few weeks ago, it was reported the Lions were interested. No, they're not. They cannot get rid of Jared Goff. They can't. Jared Goff, $30 million. He is here next year. We are not getting Tua. So season games, that meant nothing. We won when it counted. Yeah, the season is just a, you know what the season is for? Seeding, playoff seeding. That's all it is. And you're right. You won when you counted. You can't lose in the playoffs. You did not. Therefore, you were Super Bowl champions. That's just it. That's how it works. The Green Bay Packers, they show you seeding means nothing. You can't lose in the playoffs, and the Rams are the only team that did not. So I would not be surprised if Stafford is in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, Nick, so I hear that you can actually pick keywords to block out. I can't find it. But yeah. Yeah, I can't find it, but you can block out Stafford and stuff like that. Bobby says, Grid, I kind of feel like this win was a nod to Stafford. It will be interesting to see if he's still the narrative next year, or will the NFL move on. You know what, Beantown? Somebody just mentioned that, man, right before you got in here. Somebody just mentioned that. I don't think it's going to be this year. I don't know. I think he need to be concerned about, Mahomes. He's still around, and Burrow and what's his name, Justin Herbert, and the guys coming in and stuff like that. So NFL Rams turned the ball over twice, and they still had to throw a controversial flag to get them the dub. Jim, you know what? We'll wrap it up with that question. Will Stafford come back to the Lions? What do y'all think? You know my answer. What do y'all think? If they have a parade, I swear, man, and I see any one of y'all let it, I will never let you live that down. Just know that. Okay, so Kid Rapper says no. RJ says no. Who really want him if he doesn't want to be here? Hey, DB, you'll be surprised, man. Cleveland, LeBron did it with Cleveland, and they welcome him back. Hyundai says he'll retire as a Lion. I agree with that 100%. I truly believe he's going to come back for a one-day contract or some junk like that. Oak says Kelly wouldn't let him come back. Yeah, I really don't want to. I don't want to speak on Kelly. I don't know Kelly. She's not my wife. She's his. And he's got his beautiful children and stuff like that. So, yeah, but it was an interesting little fluff piece on it yesterday. And y'all can check it out. I'm sure they'll be replaying it for the decades of the rest of your life. Yeah, the Beantown, that's what we're talking about, to retire. So Patty says NFL will move on. And that's a great segue to the end of this, man. I said this. I said this, man, and I wish I could go and I could show you these videos of me saying that the Lions are. Let me see real quick, because I want y'all to see, man. See, I put stuff in the world, and I got receipts. I have to go back to like 5 months ago, I think. But I got receipts for all of this. The whole nine, man. Okay, so it says that I'm live. I go to videos, and I'm going to go and I'm going to show you, and I'll conclude with letting everybody who watches this back and replay, letting you know where I'm going from here. Because the GB is going to pivot. Pun intended. All right. So I'm going to bring this in because I want y'all to see. Share screen. That one right there. Let's bring this in. All right. So these are my videos before and stuff like that. So I think this is when it began. You can't see this. This video says, could the Detroit Lions time be closer than we think? This was 100% based on the NFL narrative. 100%. That was from 6 months ago. So that puts us right around the time of the preseason. What made me do that is I saw Goodell when he was at a preseason game. Y'all gonna pay attention to this Goodell thing, okay? Then I made another one that was talking about, here it is right here. I'm very proud of this one here. New Stafford narrative from 5 months ago. Has former Detroit Lion Matthew Stafford become part of the 2021 NFL season narrative? I'm telling you, bro. I said this. It's right there. Before he took a single snap as an LA Ram. Because remember, he didn't take a snap in preseason. So, yeah. And I think I made one more. Later. But, as I said before, I've seen this, and it's our time, man. And now I think, now that he's won, I think the NFL is going to push our come up from 5. I said 5 to 8 years initially. Now I'm saying 3 to 5. The Lions are going to have a stellar draft. Matter of fact, I got to make a video for my other channel. I had to shake this thing off, man. They will have a stellar draft. We will draft a playmaker at 2. We will draft a playmaker at 32. We will draft a playmaker at 34. And we are going to come up in 3 to 5. Dan Campbell's 5th year. Brad Holmes last. By that time, we will be something. They have held us down for too long. And if Stafford winning means that we win, then I guess it was worth it. But I'll say this, though. I have never felt, in my life, I'm kind of an underdog, right? Love underdog stories. And I just don't think y'all ready for what's coming. Y'all not ready. This is going to be the worst thing that you've ever been a part of when it comes to this team. I'm trying to tell you. Stay away from Twitter. Stay away from television. Stay away from Dan run out the back of the end zone Orlowski. Stay away from everything if you love your team and your city, because this is going to be unbearable for the rest of your life. That's right. Not being dramatic. See, your grandmother's and grandfather's life was Bobby Lane. This is ours. So how much worse can it be than to have a quarterback for 12 years, win a Super Bowl 1 year removed from when he left your franchise? There is nothing that you're going to see that's going to be worse than that when it comes to this team. You're not. You're not. But you're seeing it now. So whatever doesn't kill you make you stranger, right? That's what the Joker said. And that's where we are, Lions fans. We are at the bottom, man. We've picked top 10 for 4 years in a row. 8, 3, 7, 2. No, Joseph, I said it right. Shout out to Heath Ledger. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stranger. But, yeah, that too. So, Lions fans, you heard it here first. This is going to be probably one of the hardest tests for real Lions fans. For you not to get into it when you go out in public. For you to see somebody with a Detroit Rams abomination. Have y'all seen the World Champion shirts? Have you seen the Detroit Rams World Champion shirts? Let me know. I can tell you where you can get one from if you want one. Laurel Park Place Mall. It's on 6 Mile in Newburgh. Go pick it up. The Lions division QBs is weak. Next season, hopefully Goff will lead their division. Well, we gotta get rid of Aaron Rodgers first. But you know what? I'm okay, man. You know what's funny is I was one of the only, I think, YouTubers on the panel. I'll show y'all this shirt before we get off. And I said that I want the Lions to go through Aaron Rodgers. I said I didn't want him to retire. So I would show y'all this clip, but I can't. Let me type in Detroit Rams. Now, check this out. I'm going to say this, man, and then this is what y'all got to deal with. This is what y'all got to deal with, man. This is what y'all got to deal with, man. Yep, you see that? That's a little mock to Joe Burrow right there. I guarantee you that's what that is. If Joe Burrow seeing that, you know what he said yesterday? If Joe Burrow seeing, no, I'm not even taking that as a celebratory cigar. That's to me, that's a kick in Joe Burrow's face. It's just one of them sneak disses. I want to show y'all this too. I think I can show it without playing the clip. Yeah, I think I can. Oh, yeah. Let me mute that loudmouth. So this is another one too. Hey, yo, Cleveland, this is for you. This is for you. Yeah. Yep, that's y'all, man. But let me show y'all. I got to type it in. Detroit Rams, and we'll get off. Y'all enjoy y'all day. It's going to be a long time, Lions fans. It's going to be a long time. This is probably the worst abomination that I've ever seen. Y'all see this right here? So I'm a lead at. I'm a lead at. I'm gonna leave you with that. Lions fans, it took everything that I had like to come and do the stream and keep making content about this team. Yeah, Jim, facts. They making a killing. They making an absolute killing. But for all my real ones, man, our time is coming. Y'all have a great Monday, a great week. The offseason begins. And just remember, you might want to forget about this. You might want to ignore it, but you're not going to be able to. You are not going to be able to. It's not going anywhere. This will be here for the rest of your life. So as you rooting for your world champion Detroit Rams, you think about that. Nope, NFL can't sue them. Let me tell you why, and we'll get off. So they were smart. They changed just enough that it cleared copyright. So if you look at the logos, they changed just enough. Like if you change a logo enough, I think Jorge is still in here. What's up, Jorge? No, Eric. No, I'm not. I'm not. I want y'all to see. Matter of fact, you know what? I got something better. I got something better. I got the perfect thing to leave up there. Oh man, that's perfect. I got the perfect thing to live up there. So this one I'm gonna leave. So everybody enjoy your day, and remember, Detroit, man, I'm telling you, took everything I have to get on, and I'm gonna make this video today, and we gonna rise up. But this one for you. You gotta live with this for the rest of your life. Here we go. Enjoy your day, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. I ain't going nowhere, man. I ain't going nowhere.
Hello, good morning. Horns is blowing, and I'm off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the Motor City, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the Motor City, everything ain't pretty, but it's love though. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City when we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City when we get back on our feet. Yeah.